from the national government offices. But now, in this, NGCDF will now be part of the government service delivery unit, such that if the county commissioner calls for a meeting or the sub-county commissioner calls for a meeting of government officers, then the fund managers and officers of NGCDF are welcome, because now that entity is part of the national government delivery services. It is not separate. It is part of national government, and therefore ensures that you are part of the coordination that is done at the county level or in the national government services. Honorable Speaker, as I conclude, I note that amendments to the bill as proposed by the committee, which include but are not limited to ensuring that additional funding of educational bursaries, funding of climate change mitigation measures, and funding of recurrent activities, utilities for the constituency, the digital hubs. So there are several amendments in there, especially on which other areas need to be funded, that are contained in the amendments that the committee is looking at. Honorable Speaker, I therefore beg to move this very important bill, which will ensure that the importance of national government CDF continues without issues, especially these many issues that make people go to court. Honorable Speaker, by passing this bill, we are telling the busybodies that always want to take CDF to court, that they want to remove CDF from the history of this country, that this bill will cure that, such that we will not have now other people who are saying CDF is unconstitutional. This is a death nail on the people that always want to subvert the activities of NGCDF. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move and request that the Honorable Robert Mbui, the eminent deputy leader of the minority party, seconds. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Proceed, Honorable Mbui.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and thank you, the acting leader, because the leader of majority was not here when this motion was being moved. A motion that is, sponsored by both the majority leader and the minority leader. So, Madam Speaker, I stand to second on behalf of the minority leader this very, very important bill. Madam Speaker, it's important to first look at the history of CDF, because it has been, it has changed quite a number of times. And this is a fund that was started in 2003. And Madam Speaker, the real intention behind CDF was just to ensure that there is equitable distribution of development resources across the country, so that every far-flung corners of the country and those that are near the center would get some fair amount of money so that they could be able to develop their regions. Madam Speaker, in 2013, the CDF Act was repealed and replaced by the CDF Act of 2013. Madam Speaker, again, in 2015, the CDF Act again was repealed and then replaced by the NGCDF Act of 2015. And the reason behind these changes, Madam Speaker, is that one,